The ministry of Christ versus the message of Christ. We are here today to talk about the difference between what Christ's ministry was on earth versus what his message is and was. So there are two different sides. You have the ministry, you have the message. I was reading a blog the other day that stated that Christ did not wasn't really coming for the Christians. Basically, they stated that his ministry was for the Jews. So I want to get a message out there to clarify that his message, his ministry was for the Jews. He was born a Jew. He had a Jewish mother and a Jewish father, and his ministry was for the Jews. I mean, you can tell that in the first thing that he does when he picks his apostles. They're all Jewish. Not a one of them was a Gentile. Whenever he traveled, he basically spoke to Jewish people. Now he did, and again, don't get me wrong here. We know that he did work, heal, perform miracles for Gentiles, but the main focus of his ministry here on earth was for the Jews. They were his chosen people. They were the ones that got the message first. Now, we know that they rejected him. They crucified him on a cross. But so I just want to clarify. First of all, we have the ministry of Christ. Secondly, we have the message of Christ. Now, when you talk about the message of Christ, you talk about a completely different thing. The message of Christ includes everybody. All you have to do, first thing, is go to the Bible's key verse, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth on him might be saved. Okay? So the ministry of Christ was delivered to the Jews. They got first option because God chose them. Back in the Old Testament, Abraham was the father of all, grandfather, however you want to put it, of all the Jews. So they got first crack. Now they rejected him. But that was not God's main purpose. Christ was delivered for everyone. So next time I record this video, I'm going to make sure that it has Bible verses. We can discuss the ministry of Christ versus the message of Christ. But I just want to clear that up. And also to clear up the fact that Jesus wasn't a Christian. Technically, there are no Christians. We that accept Christ are now Jews. So that's another confusing thing. I was reading another blog just today that this girl was shocked to find out. The person asked her a question. Was Jesus a Christian? She said yes. Said, was he born a Jew? She said yes. And so the guy asked her, well, when did he become a Christian? Well, when John the Baptist baptized him in the river. That's not true. Now, I don't want to say anything negative about any religion. The girl was Catholic, but these mistakes can happen across any religion, and that was Christ's purpose. There should not be religions. There should be followers of Christ. And when you look at Christianity, and I hate to use that term because there are no Christians, okay? We are grafted into the Jewish olive tree. That's what the Bible says. We are grafted in. We are now Jews. We are just Jews that accepted Christ. That's another way you know that the message of Christ was for everyone. Thank you.